this OpTiC team is whether they're committed enough or whether they keep practicing, stay on the grind, because you know everybody throughout the year is going to be putting a ton of time into this game, ramping up to the Pro League and then COD Champs. It's just whether they put the time in or not. I think that's the only thing that could hold this team back.
Well, it's interesting because I think it's a bit, they're so skilled that it can be a bit of a curse in the sense that when I think back to last year, and this year, you get by on skills so much. You don't always have to play maybe perfect Call of Duty because you're so talented, right? You just don't need to. And it leads to unintentional maybe laziness or complacency kind of because you're winning. You're like, oh, what do we need to change? We're winning. But then you saw at the end of Black Ops 3, I thought Envy was the better team. I thought they were better at Call of Duty.
They were.
Were they better slayers or gun skill? No, probably not.
They just played the game. They played the game better.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just doing things that OpTiC just wasn't doing. They just didn't adapt, didn't keep, no grinding, learning new things, trying different things out. I think they definitely learned a lesson last year off the gaming with their performance at COD Champs. Definitely need to be better, yeah.
All right, well, here we go. It's game 3. OpTiC Gaming looking to close the door on Red Reserve as they've started out with a hot 2-0.
And something interesting on Frost is you're going to see a lot more ERAD play. Maybe you see 2, 3 per team. I think you're going to see a lot of ERAD play on this map. I was watching one of the FaZe series earlier. I believe it was against Elevate, and you saw even Clayster running the ERAD on this map. So you're going to see a lot of players running the ERAD here.
It's absurd. It's so good at close range. There's nothing that can really hang with it. Sure, you can find a kill with perfect K-bar shots or maybe getting the jump on somebody, but in a head-up gunfight against any AR, it's going to melt you. But look at this. They've got control of the base, and it's Shani and Red Reserve with a dunk here early on. Remember, they beat Envy and UPLINK in EU. I know it's an odd stat, but so far just this weekend, they've been very good in UPLINK.
Which has been the complete opposite historically of how Europe has been in Call of Duty. Formal, they're going for a one-point throw, banks it off the right side of the snow, not going to connect with that. But EU, in terms of UPLINK over the last few years, they have not been on par with North America. This year, they have definitely upped their game, though, in UPLINK.
It's interesting talking to Bryce a little bit. And Bryce, he was saying, yeah, we used to just chalk it up to a loss. We'd want to know what the next map was when it came to an EU team in UPLINK, but that has not been the case in Infinite Warfare. They continue to look strong, but now it's OpTiC Gaming on the charge. Krim tossing the drone forward, looking to get up here with the ERAD. Nades out, but they're able to find both kills, and now it's going to open things up. Surely you have to get points here, but coming from behind and stealing the drone, it's going to be Nile. He says, screw it, I'm out, all my teammates are dead. I'm running for it, and that's going to save points.
Yeah, and it's going to get reset mid-map. That's actually a huge play. Instead of tossing the drone off, gets it as far as he can, maybe trying to get like a cheeky one-point play if he can make it all the way to the Robo Bay, but I know falls off the map, gets reset, and that could have actually saved points there for Red Reserve, so a very big play by Nile.
Yeah, I mean, that saved the dunk. It has to if you don't get it out there. He sneaks in behind, makes the play, and then by the time they get to it, they charge. Urban's up on spawn, and Urban finds a 2-piece, but that's now 4 down. You've got Karma flying high in your base, trying to find the kills. Ends up being more bait for Scump than anything. And OpTiC Gaming gets a dunk through. And
we talked a little bit about ERAD uses. OpTiC Gaming using 3 ERADs so far. So you have Krim, Karma, and Scump all running the ERAD, and you have Formal sticking on with the K-bar.
Well, if you're going to do it, this is certainly the map and mode combination to go heavy with the submachine guns. Urban, you just saw him right there, just evaporated with that at close range, but it's still going to be Joe with the drone, able to turn and burn one there with the ERAD as he continues to try and apply pressure forward. And again, they have OpTiC Gaming's base under control. That's another dunk for Red Reserve.
Yeah, and OpTiC Gaming, they're going to play this smart. They're not going to try and go back, clear the space out. They're going to go straight for mid-map, put the pressure right back on Red Reserve, and see some kills straight out in the middle of the map, but the drone ends up on the top side, and you're going to see it just being thrown down there. OpTiC Gaming is going to just kind of reset the map here. They're doing a nice job recontrolling their base as soon as Red Reserve gets control.
Let's take a look at the minimap. You see where the drone is, kind of on those outside cliffs. You got 2 players, front Red Reserve playing the top. Formal's trying to get inside the base, kind of a Red Reserve, disrupt a little bit as they're coming off a spawn, and that's it. That's like the most annoying death, right? You're coming off spawn, you're getting back to mid-map, you have a clear lane, and then shot in the back.
This is going to be more points for Red Reserve as well. I mean, they probably could have pushed that in for 2. They're going to settle for 1, and right now they've done a fantastic job getting into the OpTiC Gaming base, getting control, putting a point on the board. The thing is, they've not been able to really rally these scores, so they've kind of come like sporadic over the course of the game. They haven't been able to get control of the OpTiC Gaming base and rattle together, 2, 3, 1-point or 2-point plays.
I don't think we see that here as much as like Precinct, but you can. You definitely can, especially on the side pushing towards Cryo.
Yeah, it's very difficult from the side that Red Reserve is pushing, because when you get over towards that goal, it's just a wide open area near that helicopter, a lot of cover for the defense to get set up. But you see Karma, he's able to get one. Krim trying to lead this push here for OpTiC Gaming. And OpTiC, they've been able to pick up some kills in the Red Reserve base, just not turn it into consistent points. And this one does look like you will see a 2-point play coming in as Formal picks up 2. And he's on a 3 streak right now, starting to heat up.
13-8 right now, leading all Slayers in the lobby. Actually, sorry, he's tied up with Urban right now, who's 13-10. OpTiC trying to come back a bit here. 45 seconds left. They have drone in hand. It's going to be Krim trying to go around the outside play behind a teammate. That's Scump that's going to be in front, clearing the way as he finds two. The third there in ice. He picks up that kill. Oh, that was almost all four actually for Scump. He just about cleared the entire team.
Yeah, this is such a difficult map to play when you're an assault rifle player and the other team is running heavy with the submachine guns, with the ERADs, and just because they're so in your face, I mean, you almost can't run the NV4 at that point. You have to switch over to the K-bar, throw some players off.
Well, how much did that remind you of like Vengeance Scump? L triggered with a sub on your side of the map, so when you're coming off spawn, it's, hello, sir. It's the best submachine gun player in the game. I'm liking seeing it in his hands again.
Yeah, I would actually be not too surprised if we see him run it on different maps. I know I caught OpTiC during one of the 2Ks, and it was Karma Informal, like just trying to convince him like to use it more. Like he had a great game with it, and they were like, Seth, like just use the ERAD. Like they were joking, like we've been telling you for months, like just use it. Yeah, please.
Well, the final kill going to come in from Shani here as they are holding the edge. We'll see if we can keep that uplink streak alive right now for EU's finest as they continue to impress here in Dallas. And just think about how close we are to having a much different result early on with regards to North America versus Europe. You have what Red Reserve loses in a game 5 versus NB Splice, is able to take a game 5. Who else lost in the game 5? Who am I missing?
You had Rise Splice game 5, and then you had Mind Freak go game 5.
Oh, Mind Freak,
not a European
team,
but they go game 5 with Cloud9.
So they've actually been able to clutch up in a couple, drop a couple game 5s as well. But there's just been some incredibly tight matches here in day 1. What's shaping up to be an impressive weekend. And again, not only is it $200,000 on the line and the pro points and the prestige and everything that goes with one of these major international events, but remember, LAN League around the corner, and that's what everyone's got their eyes set on.
And this is huge because it just kind of sets your confidence level expectations going into the LAN League. I mean, you have a great performance here. You kind of take that confidence, build on it, go into the Global Pro League. I mean, you don't know what a team like Red Reserve can make happen. They gain some confidence here.
Very true, but let's stick it with well, Johnny, I tried, but you caught an aid to the dome there as he falls mid-map. It's going to be Scump and OpTiC trying to follow things up as the rest of his team drops. Drone is out and in the hands of Joe as they're trying to make a play here with the objective, trying to catch him across mid-map is Crim6. That's a big kill to at least slow down a potential counterattack, see if they can get some points on the board.
You do have Urban here on the top side of the mini-map, and the drone is down by the bottom, so he's quite out of position here, and I don't know if OpTiC Gaming knows that. If they did, I imagine they would do a fast push over towards Robo, but right now you're allowing Urban to just get back into the fray, tries to come from behind, but Scump's able to pick up 2. The drone is still down, and I believe it was Nile actually who was able to get the drone off the map yet again, so for the second time in a row, Nile is able to stop an OpTiC Gaming push by getting that drone off the map.
And I was talking again to Scump Informal just about why they think maybe the EU teams are doing well in uplink. They just said it's just selfless play, just willing to toss the drone forward and get the kills. And sometimes I think with some of your North American elite teams, everyone's so focused on slang and not maybe layering the drone up the map.
Sometimes I always thought when I was with Complexity, it's like, you play a lot of 8s and whatnot and just kind of like pick up games. Like a lot of those players are just playing for stats. Like, and sometimes that actually carries over into your actual team's gameplay. And I do think I've seen a lot of 8s lately. See Formal though using the FTL jump. It's going to be a 2-point play there. Krim puts it through. Not the Gaming takes a 1-point lead.
Shook the boots off a player there with the FTL jump, but like you said, advantage now OpTiC Gaming. 2.5 left to go on the second side, and what is looking to potentially be a 3-0. The pass is forward. Krim gets the dunk through. Now a 3-point advantage for OpTiC Gaming.
Red Reserve, though, is set up towards the middle of the map to try and get this drone forward, and it's a big cutoff kill there from Scump. That drone looks like it was going to get passed forward. You did have Joe inside the base of OpTiC Gaming, but they're not able to get the drone to him. It's a good stop there from Scump.
Well, let's see what Shani can do as he's trying to wrap ice and maybe get in behind a couple players. The timing, I think he just missed one, and then he ends up actually getting flanked. The assist comes through for Nile, but it's Karma at mid-map picking up 2. Joe tries to hit the overdrive and wrap through. Not enough health to get through ice as he gets cut down. And now another opportunity for OpTiC Gaming to start getting moving.
Would you have saved that overdrive? I mean, he's the only one on that side of the map. I mean,
I didn't see what he popped. If he was full health when he popped it, he was already a little bit tagged up. But by time, I mean,
Are you just going to run by 4 guys?
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, it's not likely. I don't know Like, we actually haven't seen Overdrive make like huge plays like as much as we did last year.
I have some that stand out in my mind.
The Clayster one, that's
Clayster
really...
against OpTiC. It was Crim 6s in Atlanta. That was really insane. There's certainly been a couple of big plays, but I think it doesn't stand out just because you don't see some of those first bullets really in Search and Destroy maybe as much as you did like last year in Black Ops 3.
Yeah, and you do see the drone being brought topside here by Red Reserve. It's Urban trying to wrap this one all the way around. He dodges some shots here, just trying to stay alive on this wall run. He's actually kind of juked some of the players here on OpTiC. He's done a fantastic job using the movement, not able to get by Formal though. Does juke Karma off the side of the map though in the process.
That's Karma's bread and butter too, man. He is a wizard when it comes to these outside wall runs. We've seen some insane plays from him. Thinking back to what the grand final versus FaZe ESWC, he had some wild ones, but God, man, look at it again. You have a 6 streak from Formal, make it 7, 32 and 20. 42 kills he dropped in the hard point. Keeps it going here. I mean, the respawn numbers, what more can you say? They're absurd. This streak's now at 9.
It's hard for me to remember a time where we just saw one player like be so dominant from game to game. I mean, usually like in the past in Call of Duty, like we'll see like players kind of trade off, like one team really like kind of rises to dominance, and like, you know, let's say like last year, like John has a great game, Apathy the next game has a great one. Every game for this team, he has just been lights out.
Yeah, he's going to drop nearly 80 kills in the 2 respawns, and that's going to do it. Red Reserve, you know, they play them a bit tough there in the game 1, but the 3-piece from Karma, kind of the icing on the cake, is they're going to shut it down 12-5, and that's a 6-0 map count so far for OpTiC Gaming in their pool. They look untouchable.
And they don't even look satisfied with that win. It looks like just like another day at the office. Like, they are just so focused right now on taking this event, just cementing themselves as the most dominant team in Call of Duty. They're going to be very difficult to stop.
It's interesting, too, to think of the